Alright, folks, this is Acid Root. So it's been a little while since I've done a review. The last one I did was Young Thug's Barter 6, basically the Carter 6, but Lil Wayne didn't give him the rights to it. But now I've decided to review Don Toliver's major label debut, Donny Womack. Now, this was basically a mixtape. You can get this free. You can go to a mixtape website like DatPiff and download it for free. But basically, what he's known for is he has like a really sing-songy type style, but he's in trap music. So I would basically account that like if you were to like someone like The Weeknd and then kind of mix The Weeknd with like auto tune and then mix that with trap music primarily, that's probably what you'd get in Don Toliver because he's a pretty stellar singer. I was actually introduced to him with Travis Scott's Jack Boys project, which came out in late 2019. And obviously he had been around for a little bit before that, but then the thing about it was I paid attention to some reviews like the needle drop, that type stuff, and a lot of folks kind of praised and kind of said that the secret weapon of the Jack Boys compilation was Don Toliver. And pretty much out of all Travis Scott's crew that was on that project, I felt like Don Toliver had the most star power apart from Travis Scott. So later on, at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, like March, April 2020, Don Toliver dropped his debut album, which I think was Heaven or Hell. I don't know how well that did, but I really did enjoy. There's still songs to this day that I listen to off of Jack Boys that have primarily Don Toliver on there. So I figured let's check out his mixtape. Let's see if his singing was good, basically a year and a half before that, and kind of see what else there is up to it. So yeah, I definitely recommend this as a download. I mean, it's not quite to the point where you'd have to say, well, is it worth the money? It's worth the download, definitely. And I would probably say if he did ever sell Donny Womack for sale, it'd be worth the money also. There's 13 songs. It's pretty brief. But then I would also have to say, I mean, the problem with this project is just the fact that I can't really get a complete load of information on it just because there's not really a wiki page. So that's kind of the thing. It's a mixtape, but it wasn't quite explosive enough to really designate its own biography and stuff. So, but there were several music videos. So I just would have to say, like, I know at least the song Diva was released as a single, and I feel like he dropped like several music videos to this project. Like I think he dropped one for Diamonds, Back End, Holden Steel, and possibly like Two Lil Shawty's video. It's tough to say. You kind of get southern when you say that, but yeah. So those are just a few of those, and obviously there may be more, there may be less, but I know he dropped at least 4 or 5 music videos for this project, so he really went to town on it. And I'll at least talk about Diva because I'm fairly certain that that was a single, and maybe I'll talk about Holden Steel also because I think that was a single. So Diva's pretty good. I mean, the thing about Don Toliver on these singles is when I say the biggest problem I have with this project is he has a pretty distinct voice. I think you'll recognize it rather fast. But the thing about it is if you don't like the chorus or you don't like the melodies that he chooses for his verses, it really kind of is almost like nails on a chalkboard. And he's one of those artists. I mean, when I listen to someone like The Weeknd or Justin Bieber, one of those type R&B singers, I mean, it's easier to kind of go with just because the melodies that they choose can actually last. But I know that this was Don Toliver's basic debut, so I can't expect him to have perfect melodies, but this is kind of the thing about it is like I said, if you don't like the melodies that you're hearing, it detracts from the song. And he's kind of similar to Post Malone, where he doesn't necessarily pick the best production all the time because the singing is what's so emphatic. I mean, when he nails it, he nails it. And he definitely got better on Jack Boys. I'm beginning to think as to whether or not he got better on Heaven and Hell. I think definitely he probably had a better batch of melodies across those projects, but I just would have to say when the melodies are kind of not with it, it detracts from it. But Devo was one of the better ones. I think that's a pretty catchy song. And I would also, well, Holden Steel wasn't. That's one of the ones where I'm talking about where I mean, really, it's just the same kind of tone and pitch for like the singing and stuff, and there's just not really anything melodic to it. And it kind of, I mean, he does what Drake does, where Drake will kind of weave in and out of either singing or rapping in there. But the thing about, uh, Don Toliver is he kind of rap sings his verses. So he is rhyming almost like a rapper, but he's trying to have like a sing-songy melody to it also. And a lot of times it doesn't sound that good if you cannot find a melody that actually kind of makes you want to sing along. And that's kind of the situation. If you realize that you're listening to it but you're not kind of vibing with it and singing along with him, like on a song like Back End, I felt like that didn't have a really good chorus, and Bang Bang and a couple other ones like Talk No More, those type songs. So that's just kind of the thing there. But he is a good singer. I mean, when he has the right idea and the right setting and the right ideology, I guess you would say, for a musician to kind of get that done. But it's just the fact that it doesn't always connect. I mean, he's at least attempting to do it, but it doesn't always connect. So he has that going for him more so than other R&B singers out there that, plenty of things they have wrong with them, not just the melodies, but also like I mean, he at least can pick some upbeat stuff, and he's younger. He's about Justin Bieber's age, so he at least knows Spotify ready music, and he at least knows contemporary, and he doesn't do too many down tempo and kind of slower songs. So it's mostly just ready and peppy and trained to go type stuff. So that's good. I'm kind of losing the other point I was trying to say, but you get the idea. So I'm just gonna have to say, out of 13 songs, since I basically listed the singles, I'll go ahead and list the songs out of 13. There's actually more than you would think. I mean, like I said, I support this guy, but it's not quite a home run. So I just would have to say 7 out of 13 I enjoyed, and I'll list them for you. So it'd be Diva, Issues, Around, Video Girl, Diamonds, Mamma Mia, and Two Little Shawties. So that's kind of the thing. I mean, you look at it, Mamma Mia had one of the best beats on here. If you like R&B with some good production, and then Around had a really good kind of guitar lick in there. I felt like that was probably one of the best beats on here. Uh, Issues was a really kind of R&B flavored song, real peppy. Video Girl was a real Spotify made type song, for the babes out there. That sort of stuff is good for that sort of thing. Nice R&B pep to it. Diamonds, for some reason that was just kind of a strange chorus, but it was kind of catchy, kind of not. But I messed with it. And Two Little Shotties was, I like the chorus on that one. It wasn't completely Don Toliver on that one. So that's kind of the thing. So there's just some good stuff. I mean, really, I think on all 7 of these songs, I tolerated the singing a lot better. So I just would have to say, like, these are some of the more approachable ones. But I feel like if you don't listen to this knowing what's going on, it kind of starts to bleed into each other and they kind of become less distinct. So it just feels like a complete trap project, but there are different types of vibes that go along with it. And he does have some good singing. I mean, if you pick up Travis Scott's Jack Boys, you'll see some better singing that he has on there. But at least on this project, he does have the stuff to do. But it's just about singling out and kind of listening to it rather than trying to listen to the whole project at once. That I feel like that's probably not the better idea. But so yeah, I'm going to give this project a 6.5 out of 10 because considering that it's free, me liking over half the songs on here is extremely good. So I'm proud of that. It was a success. I mean, I do feel like this was a solid mixtape. I wish I would have known about it 3 years ago. Definitely would have been good. The social score I'll give like an 8 just because it had so many music videos and the fact that it's free and there were singles and music videos and promotion. And I think a lot of folks listen to this sort of stuff on Instagram. He's basically part of Travis Scott's crew. So I feel like it's the same sort of stuff. As wildly popular as Travis Scott is, he's basically like the next door neighbor to that. So this is kind of in the same camp of the sort of stuff you'd want to listen to. So it's kind of the thing. I enjoyed it. So social score gets an 8. That's about it. I would like to find more stuff by this guy, but I'm almost under the impression he's trying to put out like his second album right now, and I kind of wonder how that's going to go. He's just been doing a lot of promotional singles, but I'd like to kind of see what's going to happen with it, but hopefully the album doesn't get put in limbo and then he's on the shelf for the rest of his career, because that would suck. I do want to hear more from him, but for now, this is a very stellar appetizer.